What to do when you are assigned a FlipGrid. First, you'll navigate to the class that the assignment is in, and you'll probably go to Classwork. From there, you'll find the assignment, and you'll want to look at the directions carefully. There may be grading requirements that go with the response, mentioning certain vocabulary words and things like that. You'll always want to write down your ideas before you start to record. Gather your thoughts so you're not trying to think of it off the top of your head. Then you use the link below to help open the FlipGrid. This code right here can also be used at flipgrid.com to get into the prompt. When you get there, you'll be prompted to log in with your Google login. You will, of course, choose the right account if there's more than one. Once you're here, like the directions said, you want to read the description very carefully. You may also get a tip that will help you perform your best on your FlipGrid response.
The most important task in FlipGrid is to respond to the prompt that your teacher has put in, and you do that by clicking the Record a Response button here or down here. You click that, a new window pops up. Every once in a while, it will ask you permission to use your microphone or your camera, and you have to click Allow. Sometimes those permissions occur right up here, and that's where you give it access to your camera or your microphone. Before I begin recording, I'm going to remind you that there's a couple of things you want to keep in mind. One, if possible, it's better to have your camera up a little bit higher rather than down here so that your viewers aren't looking up your nose. Also, you want to keep in mind the background can be very distracting, so you want to keep your background free of distracting things. Some people don't like to appear on camera, and there's a couple ways of getting around that. One way is to go to the effects panel down here, and then you can bring out a filter for yourself. So you can still say everything you want to say, but you'll just be hidden behind a pixelated blur, perhaps. Another way to get your video recorded without being on camera is to bring out the board, and then you can choose things like graph paper, where you can draw and record while you talk. Just remember that you have to go back and bring out the drawing tool to start your drawing. You can also bring out yourself on the side in a split screen view that's under the board. Keep in mind, another option to keep yourself off camera would be to go over here to options. You can upload a clip or a video you've already made from your camera roll on a phone, for example, or from anywhere in your computer's hard drive. And the last way you can do your recording without you being on screen would be to record your screen to say if you want to have some slides and you talk over some slides. Before I begin the recording, I also want to point out that up here in this corner, you can get a quick review of your topic before you start talking. We put that away, and if you really need help, you have your notes in front of you that you took, but you can also put some text on the screen. If you forget one of the key words or have trouble pronouncing it, you can spell it out for yourself right there. Okay, when the recording happens, you get a little countdown, and then it's go time. Hi, my teacher asked me to talk about blue triangles. Thanks for watching my video. With that part over, you can redo it here, and you can also move on to the next part. The next part is to review your video. Once you've reviewed your video, you can add more clips, or you can proceed and move on. Part 3 in the process is to take a selfie. Many people prefer to just stick an emoji over their face and use that as their selfie. The final step in the process is to make sure your name appears the way you want it to, and that you give your video a title. When you press the submit button, you're going to see fireworks shoot up, and it's time to celebrate because you have just completed your FlipGrid.